All right, hey everyone. This is Lauren over at Propertybase, the real estate CRM. I'm going to try something new today. I'm going to do a live video recording to talk all about lead automation and what it means to actually bring a lead in from a portal or a website and then begin that process of agent engagement, furthering the automation and so forth. And one of the big things that I talk to about with a lot of teams, the fact that they're either manually entering leads into their CRM and then manually assigning those contacts to individuals, or they've got a lead setup coming in where the website's feeding in new leads, but then they're not immediately engaging those people or getting the quick action they need. Now, there are a ton of studies to show that if you engage a lead in the first 5, even 10 minutes, you have a significantly higher chance of actually converting that lead and actually getting another deal, right? And so I'm going to show you all about how Propertybase does this. We have the technology to help you funnel leads in from any digital lead source, create a contact, create a buyer inquiry so that you can start matching properties, begin marketing to them automatically. We have a lead routing tool to help you go ahead and distribute those leads to agents. And then I'll talk and round up with a little bit of information on how you can further the automation process, create drip campaigns, create reminders to agents and other staff internally. And so let's just dive in, all right? So first I'm going to talk about Front Desk. Front Desk is the feature that we've created to help you automatically parse digital leads. We've connected with a ton of different portals around the world and domestically here in the United States. And so Zillow, Trulia, Realtor, Homes, Facebook, your website, any digital lead source that you advertise on and then get an email notification from, we can parse those emails. Or if you work with a marketing agency or your website allows you to put together specific landing pages that you're then marketing, you can put specific form code on your pages so that when someone completes and sends in their information, bam, that's creating a contact in Propertybase automatically. And then from that, you have a lot of preset information that was captured, not just their name and their email, but you know where they came from, which landing page was it, which campaign was it associated with. You can do a lot of really cool things with that in terms of routing. And so takeaway from this page is that we can go ahead and channel all of your digital leads straight into the system, queue them up with specific categories, and now I'll show you a contact record, right? So here I've got Mr. Jimmy Buffett, very famous man, and he's come into the system automatically. He came in through Zillow. He's preset as a buyer. I set his lead ranking to hot because I want to make sure that my contacts from Zillow are treated with respect, and I'm setting them to the stage of a new lead. I have some basic contact information from them already, and I logged my initial outbound call to them. And so I'm going to take them from a new lead to working on it, mark that stage, and bam, I've got my visual pipeline, right? The point I'm trying to make here is that when you have someone come in from Zillow, it's creating that contact record automatically. It's presetting all this information, and you can actually add up to 500 custom fields here on the contact record. So if you want to put in a referring URL field, or you want to put a specific campaign ID so that you can track from a reporting angle which leads are converting into which clients and which deals associated with which listings, all of that can be accomplished here in the system. Now, once we've got our contact in the system, we need to make sure that that's sent over to an actual agent and immediately engaged, right? And so when we're here in our lead routing tool, this is what we've created so that you can easily create teams, assign users to those teams, and then decide, hey, how do I want this to be notified to the agents and the team, right? So first, we build all of our teams. Cool thing about this is that these teams give you the ability to set specific criteria, like I'm looking for people that came from Zillow that are looking for a 3-bedroom, 3-bath, over $250,000, right? You can use all of that criteria to then pair up a specific what's called routing source. That's a field here on the contact. And based on that, it'll come and drop into a specific, for instance, leads over $1 million. Then that'll automatically take that lead source, drop it into the right team, and then the team will follow what's called a distributor. And so first off, again, right, start over. We create our teams. We add our users to that team, right, so that you can get specific with who's involved in which group. From there, you edit your distributor, and we have 3 different ways that you can go ahead and assign or distribute these leads right now. You've got an auto assign, which is, if you really want to get very specific and you've got people that specialize in an area or a price point or a region or a type of property or anything like that, auto assign is the way you do that, okay? Click to claim. Click to claim is a general mass spread notification to all agents whereby the first person to click that link gets record ownership, and then your follow-up process can proceed from there. And then lastly, we have round robin, which is that weighted distribution between all the people on the team, and it goes around in a circle. And so these are just some really easy ways, and this user interface is very intuitive for any administrator to set up. And so we go through that, we set them on it, and then from here, you have what's called the routing source assignment. This is where you're just taking that pick list value and you're assigning it to the appropriate team. Now, the cool thing about this is that let's just say you want your agents to follow up in the first 5 minutes, right? But for whatever reason, they don't do that. The system can automatically recognize with automation that if that person has not been called and not been engaged and not taken from a new lead to working on it in the first 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you set that criteria. It can automatically be rerouted to a different team and therefore a different distributor. So what I've seen a lot of teams do is they'll have very specific criteria for the initial assignment, but if that person doesn't take action, they don't want it to just fall through the cracks. They want to have control over it. They reroute it to a general queue where then everybody has the opportunity to go and approach that contact by doing that click to assign, or I forget the jargon now. What do we call it? There we go. The click to claim. I'm sorry. And with that, right, then everyone gets the notification. The first person to grab it goes and takes it and can follow up. And this is where you would see what would otherwise be kind of a fall through the cracks lead get reapproached, and you can up your conversion rate this way. And so anyhow, I hope this is great. Last thing I want to talk about is that Propertybase is built on top of Salesforce. And what this means is that we have a very flexible foundation. So if you want to engage people automatically based on this criteria, they're a buyer from Zillow looking for X, Y, and Z, and I can automatically assign a pre-scripted plan or a flow to these individuals. So the agents have all of their reminders right here under next steps. You need to make this call, you follow up here, and they can log those activities and track that performance. And then you as a manager or even as an agent yourself can view your reports and kind of see where are things at with my plans and my progress. So you can do that. You can set them up on automated email campaigns so that they get certain drips with branded full HTML messages every so often per your preferences, number of days between those, and time of day. So anyhow, there's a lot that you can do with the system, and this call today was all about lead automation and lead routing. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If I can help you in any way, I'd love to learn about your team, talk a little bit more. I can be reached at 303-242-5466. And thanks for your time today. Bye-bye.